folks. How's everybody? I've been busy, and not so much down here. Well, I just figured I'd give you an update on the layout and a bunch of new products that I got, and that'll be the contents for future videos. So, Sunday I was in Timonium, Maryland at the Great Scale Model Train Show. It was a good show. Not as many Craftsman vendors this time. Mind Mount was there. Frank and Natalie from Mud Creek Models. There's another guy that took over. I forget his name, but he took over. I think it was RS Laser Kits. I think. Don't quote me on that. My brain is just fried this week. Lost my AC and heat pump. That whole rigmarole. Had an installation yesterday and a brand new one. So a lot of money went flying out the window. But at least I got a tax credit out of it. But it was needed. The old one had some issues. So things will be set for the summer. At least I'll be able to be in my house and not sweat to death. Anyhow, had some plumbing work done yesterday. It's just been crazy. I got mulch delivered. Been working outside. Just got done cutting grass about an hour ago. Figured I'd come down here and just give you a little update on what's been happening since the last video. And I'll take the phone down off of there and kind of just haul it around with me. And give you a show of what I got and what I got upcoming. Let's take a walk. And before we get into it, go ahead and make fun of my hat and my last place Pirates. Go ahead and make fun of my Steelers shirt, making the stupidest trade of the year so far today with Dallas of all teams and getting nothing in return. But that's for a different day, different story. Okay, there's a couple scenic items. I gotta move a couple things. This is from Scenery Express, and they're wild bushes / brown. CA0132. They look like, they'll look like bushes that are at the end of the season. The end of the fall, getting ready to go into winter. All brown. I haven't opened it. Never used this product before. Looks very finely detailed. I'm assuming you just pick off clumps and glue them wherever you want. But I'll see that once we get into it. Also, I've been talking for now a while on the channel. I needed more trees, so Super Trees showed up from Scenic Express. Didn't open those yet either. I just got the small box. I used the whole case, the big over $100 case for the other room. I'm not going to need as many in my expansion area, so it's going to be a lot of conifers instead of deciduous. So there will be deciduous. That's why I got that. I did need some, but I was fresh out. So we got that. New leafing material, Super Leaf. I've used, I have another one here. This one was called Leaf Litter. I think I showed you that on the ground cover video. I used it. That's something I had on hand, so I decided to get a different one. It's a little bit different color. I think it's a little more darker brown. So that'll also be used for leaf litter. Although you could use it as tree leaves that are completely brown and ready to fall off on a tree. So that's that. That'll be fun to play with. Hang on. Since last video, did get some more rocks in. Not as many as I needed for this ridge, but got a lot more in and in place. We'll have to get in with the paint and paint all that where there's not rock. And I got, I think, almost enough rocks in the molds back there to do probably 90% of what I need to be done with rocks yet. So I'll have to mix up and pour a little bit more yet. But I already think that'll do her. So just wanted to show you that. Nothing exciting there. All right, printed off the internet some buildings. I think I can use as background flats. This one actually says it's truck side flats. That one looks pretty good. I like it. So I'll cut it out and glue it to a piece of probably foam board. And that'll get stuck onto the backdrop in the back, way back. Printed off this one. I'm not sure how much of this I use. I'll probably use the green smallish building in the middle and the one on the right. Not the one on the left since it's kind of cut out. And I'll probably cut out the foreground because I don't need a cemetery showing. This house as well looks really cool. Again, I'll probably cut out a lot of the foreground. Maybe not all of it. That we'll see. But show you that and over to the workshop for the next little round of stuff. Everything just got deposited on here this week. Anyways, picked up some Athearn blue boxes. I love these kits. They're not super high detailed. I get it. I just can't justify paying $40 or $50 for one piece of rolling stock for them high-end guys. Maybe someday after I'm super retired and the railroad's about complete, I mean all of it, then I can cash in my winnings from the lottery and buy a whole new fleet of high-end rolling stock. But that isn't happening. But I like fixing these up, adding some metal wheels. Picked up some 33-inch wheels at the train show, adding KD couplers to them, weathering them up, dirtying them up. They look pretty good. No, they're not perfect. They're not always 100% prototypical, but they look good and they still run well. So what the heck? Might as well use them, especially at $3 or $4 a piece, as opposed to 40 or 50. All right, next. All right, got ourselves a couple new vehicles. There's a white tractor. Of course, I would throw away the packaging. Can't remember the year that came out. I think it's a 1950. I don't know if it says it on the bottom or not. Probably not. Nope, don't look like it. So that'd be a fun little project to get that thing all dirtied up and look like it's been on the road for years. Next back there, this is a DeSoto. I think it's a 49. Again, don't quote me on those years on these vehicles. You vehicle guys will know immediately as soon as you look at it what year it is. I'm not that good with that stuff. But I think it's a 49 DeSoto. I don't have any DeSotos on my layout. So I figured, well, we definitely need to grab this little guy. These models, they're all from Mini Metals or Classic Metalworks. No, they're all Mini Metals. Oh, here's the packaging right here in my trash can. That's a 53 white 3000 tractor. And this is, if I can find it. I know it says, oh, it's a 50, not a 49. A 50 DeSoto 4-door cadet gray. So when you can pick up mini metal vehicles for $5 or $6 at a train show, snag them. These things are like, I think a lot of times like $15 or $12, $15, $18 range, somewhere around there normally. But you can grab one for $4 or $5. Do it. That's why train shows are awesome. All right, this is from Tichy Train Group. These are Telltales. Each pack has two. One for each side of a tunnel portal or a bridge overpass or something. I thought I had gotten more, but I guess I only got two, and I don't know why, because I'm going to need more. So, no, future. These are nice. They're plastic. I have them on, excuse me, on the finished part of my layout over there. I paint the ropes like a tannish color, and then it's a metal pole. The whole things are plastic, so you got to prime them first with some rattle can primer, and then just paint them with craft paints. So it's a metal pole, and it's got a little, you can see down there in the corner. Well, it's upside down here. That's the base it goes into. So those little mold circles just need trimmed off, sanded down, painted concrete, and trimmed off, sanded up. Plug the poles into them. Put them on the layout. Sorry, I have a lot of pollen and grass in my throat from working outside all day long. All right, next round of stuff. Hang on. This grass mat, this actually came from Michael's, not the train show or anything. Being over the age of 55, I get a discount at Michael's. Woohoo, because I'm a senior. And I also had a 30% off coupon. This is 12 by 12. And it costs normally, I think $15 or something. So I got that 30% off for like, with my discount. So about $8, $9. But it's cool because you can cut out chunks of it. Use it. It's all like static grass. The whole thing could be laid down as a mat. The problem with this grass, though, is I think it's too green. It's just so bright. So I'm going to have to tone it down. Probably use an airbrush. Get in there with some tans and browns and lightly misting this thing down and dulling down that bright green. Because I'm not in the middle of springtime on my layout. Well, it might not look bad in springtime. But you should show representation of some dead stalks of grass and stuff too. So has a real thick base. Once you cut off a chunk of this, say you're going to cut this part off, you can peel this off so it's not so thick. Peel it almost down to about right there where my thumb is, that thickness. Now, somebody said you can use this stuff here to make bushes with, and I bet you can. I haven't. Never did it, but I think I can wing it. So that's that. That's pretty cool. So if I go up there every week with my 30% off coupon on a discount, I can get another one of these. And then get another one. And then get another one. I don't know how many I'll need. But I'm going to start off with this and see how it works in certain spots. All right, I'll get this out of the way. Next, no motorcycles are on our layout. These are 1947s. Harleys, I guess. I'm not sure. It doesn't say if they're Harley or Indian or what. Probably Harleys. But they're just cast. They're unfinished. Just got to paint them. They're from JL Innovative Design. Price was $5 for 2 motorcycles. And I may have talked them down to $4. I don't know. I forget now. That's cool. The other thing I picked up was this whole bag of laser cut parts and castings for $15. And it is a kit from Model Tech Studios, and that's what it's supposed to look like. It's a background kit. I need background stuff. That's why I got those, or printed off those things off the internet to help as background buildings too. Now, whether all the parts are in there or not, I don't know. It had been opened. It was tape shut. It was on a white elephant table. Somebody was getting rid of it for $15. So even if not all the parts are in there, that's fine. I could probably kit bash it or make it into something different than what's on the picture. But there's enough material in there to do that. Got a task board that's laser cut. Yeah, I don't want to dump it all out right now, but there's all your walls there, and I think they're all clapboard. No, actually, they look like just board walls. Just boards. That's not clapboard. Doesn't have that beveling to it. So there's some detailed parts, look like roof vents and smoke jacks and a chimney. And there's, you can see in there's windows. Looks probably from Tichy. So that's it. That's all I got. I also have this other kit for my mount that I got a couple weeks ago. I haven't done anything with. I gotta get cracking on this thing. The Pier 7 fuel and food joint sitting on a dock with a ramp down to a floating dock with gas pumps. I did see it in person at Ron's stand there at the show. He has samples of a lot of his kits there. And this is fairly new. I think he came out with it maybe back in the winter. And so I was investigating it up close, already built. And it is very, very cool. So, alrighty. So with that, folks, I'm going to leave you. I am tired, worn out, and hungry. So, I will catch you on the next one. I think I'm going to work on a video for that, again, back to that transition area between the two layout rooms, and do one on fine detailing the details and the scenery, upping that scenery a little bit to another level. So with that, I don't know when I'm going to get started on it. I have ductwork cleaning tomorrow. There's mold in my ducts. Not ducks. Not like quack quack. Ducts. D-U-C-T-S. And that was from my old unit that had to be ripped out of here. So that's got to get cleaned because I don't like breathing mold. So that's like an all-day process tomorrow. And then Friday, it looks like it's going to be rainy and I have nothing to do, which is cool. That means I can maybe get started on a video. All right, folks. I will see you later. Hope everybody has a good week. Get over this hump day. Coast into the weekend. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And, man, these motorcycles are bad. All right, I'll see you. Bye.